I've recently put a new golf club in my bag that is a name that might shock everybody. The reason being, you see guys, I'm really lucky that I get to test all the latest and greatest golf equipment that comes out, sometimes before it comes out. And a few weeks ago, I bought a golf club, which, to be honest, I bought it thinking, you know what, last time I bought one of these, everyone was really interested in it, it got loads of views on YouTube, and it gained me a little bit of a following as well. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy the other one, the newer one, the latest one, and put it through its paces. Not so much thinking it would change something in my bag, not so much thinking I would take out a big name putter. Oh, sorry, I've let something slip there. But you will have seen in the title that I actually prefer this Good putter to the latest and greatest Scotty Cameron range of putter. And there's a reason for it. There's a reason why I've had it in the bag, and there's a reason why, I'm not going to lie, it might well stay in the bag, at least for a couple of weeks, until I give it one of you guys. Because if you watched my initial review of the new Good satin putters, you will have seen that I am giving this away, guys. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you want a chance to win this. Throw a like on this video and comment below Good. If you want to see the initial video, go and comment on there as well. That will put you in with double a chance of winning. But for now, I'm going to keep it in because I've putted really well with it. I took it up to a trip to Scotland the other day, and I feel like from 10 feet, I'm definitely not holing everything because that would be unrealistic. That's not a thing. But I feel like I'm definitely shaving the hole more or holing more putts in general, and I feel like I'm three-putting a lot less from distance. That's a big reason why I want to. You'll see I'm overlaying a few putts now. Not all of them are going in, but realistically, they don't all go in. It's when they don't go in, where do they go? And that's where I have struggled in the past. I've struggled a little bit this season with the tool-on putter that I was using. There's a new range kind of coming, I believe, from there, so I'm looking forward to seeing what might be coming with that. I don't know when it will be coming, but I know it is due. And for the Good putters, I find it interesting because obviously they work closely with Callaway. They have now the Callaway Good balls. They have the wedges with the scribing on them and stuff. Are we still going to see new Good putters, or is this going to be it now? Are they going to be more, right, you're going to use a Callaway Odyssey Good putter? In which case, will that make these newer models a collector's item eventually? And that's not why I've got it, that's because I'm going to give it away to one of you guys, like I've said. But the fact that it's so good, it is very good. The fact that it feels so good, everyone who I've passed it to, because that's one thing which it does do. Obviously, the Good guys are massive now around the world, and whoever sees that I've got it in the bag always want to have a quick look at it. I'll be good. Release out of touch. That could be really good. Good. They always want to have a they always want to have a quick look at it, because let's be fair, you don't see them that often. They were quite rare. I know now they're actually in Golf Galaxy, so whether or not they're going to work their way into Dick's Sporting Goods, PGA Tour Superstore and all the rest, then fair enough. But I'm going to compare this up on this screen with the Scotty Cameron Newport Select range, because it's a very similar model, it's a very similar spec. They're a very similar price. The Scotty Cameron still comes out a little bit more, which you would expect. But would you rather now have a Good than a Scotty Cameron? Which is what we're going to get to in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. And guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet done so. It's in my bag, like that's it, it's in there for now, based purely on results. That's it. Is it close? Is it close? Is it close? Look at that! Oh, even I can't miss that one. That's unbelievable. What a time to get out the Good and roll a birdie putt in. And you see guys, when I initially did review this Good putter, I did really enjoy it, and I was actually on this hole. The flag was a little bit further up, but I kept testing it, and to be honest, I kept rolling them in. The greens here are just as good as they were that day, so I'm hoping to roll some more in. I actually played Castle Stewart the other day for a series that I can't tell you about just yet, but it was phenomenal. The greens were fantastic, and I rolled lots of putts really well. And that for me is a kind of target. I bet we can roll this in with the head cover on. Yes, we can, for what a putter should be like when the greens are, let's face it, good. So what are the main differences between the Good putter and the Scotty Cameron Newport 2? You'll see they're both very similar putters. They've obviously taken a little bit of inspiration from this, but I would say the inspiration is more from the Ping Answer, because obviously once that patent ran out on the Ping Answer, everyone started making these kind of Newport style putters. And for me, I actually do prefer the look of the Good one because it's a little bit wider at the back. For me, that gives me a bit more confidence. I also absolutely love the dot on the top, because what that does is if you look at the dot and your lie angle is out, the dot doesn't align properly with your alignment line, whereas if you're stood properly, the dot should align. So that putter's now sat flat on the floor, and if the alignment is correct with that, the ball should come off with a nicer roll. It's not going to kind of move left or right, because even with low loft on here, you're still going to have a little bit of face plane tilt. So if the toe was up in the air, that ball would launch a little bit to the left, and if the toe was down, ball would launch opposite. So that is a huge factor. Then we start to look at the milling on the two faces. Very, very similar milling actually. I didn't expect the Good milling to be as good a quality, but it really is. You can see how that's CNC milled in the face. It comes off with a nice feel as well. It feels really, really firm, whereas the Scotty Cameron, you can see it's a little bit older, a little bit pitted, but very, very similar milling, very similar shapes, maybe a little bit closer together than the Good. But to say this is really the first attempt, apart from the black finish that they had, it's the same kind of putter, it'll be the same kind of milling. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I do prefer the shape of this over. I used to be a huge Scotty Cameron fan, like a massive Scotty Cameron fan, but I feel like this is just looking a bit dated now. Like, I never thought a Scotty Cameron putter would look dated, but the shape of it, especially when you're kind of down at the ball, does just look a little bit off, especially when you look at a competitor like this. That to me, if you prefer that box style shape, like they do a fat back as well, or a square back should I say, but I prefer this. It's almost like a Newport 2.5, I suppose you'd say. And I want to put this properly to the test because I haven't used the Scotty in a little bit of a while, but it is its kind of main rival, I suppose you'd say, because it looks very, very similar. The big thing with Toulon and with Odyssey, it's the same thing, isn't it? Well, it's not the same thing, but it's almost the same company now because they do sponsor the Good guys. Straight away, the Scotty Cameron feels a little bit lighter, but I don't feel like it's as easy to roll. I have been out playing already this morning, so I know the speed of the greens and everything, but it just doesn't. That was good. Doesn't fill me with the same amount of confidence, I suppose you can say. And confidence is a huge factor when it comes to golf, especially putting, because putting is obviously a game within a game, isn't it? This is where we roll the rest of these in now. And I'm not saying for 1 second the Scotty Cameron's a bad putter, because we all know that Scotty Cameron pretty much changed the game when it came to putting alongside, obviously, Ping. I think Ping started the revolution, and Scotty Cameron certainly ran with it. I've not hit that one, have I? Oh, I've not hit it. But from this distance, you're going to take, I've had 6 putts here once this goes in, and if this does go in, that's 4 out of 6. So straight away, that's not a bad ratio when it comes to kind of 8 feet away. You're going to take that all day. It's not so much about how many you hole in for me though, it's about how many I'm not 3-putting. And I feel like from distance, this is a funny thing because I can't quite put my finger on it. Like, it feels like there's just a little bit more forgiveness on here. Like, this is the distance where you're probably more likely to 3-putt than you are certainly to hole it, maybe even 2-putt. But I've putted really nicely from this distance using this putter. And again, it's when you can't put your finger on something like that, a really good effort. It's flag high, it's a tap in. I don't really know what more to say about it, but you can see, go on, the results are almost pretty much speaking for themselves, because these aren't all coming out the middle of the face, and that's really important to kind of portray to you guys. I'm not hitting all these out the middle, but distance wise they're still there or thereabouts. And I've actually been tidying up really well. If I have left one short or put one long, they're not all perfect, but from 6 feet I've not really been rattled too much and missed many. Turn. Oh, it's gone the other way. Oh, we've got one left. Let's go with the Scotty. Watch this go in now. Oh, it lets me off a little bit more if I don't quite strike it out the middle. I don't know if that's because it's got maybe a higher MOI. I don't know if it's, the shaft feels like it's got a bit more flex in it. Like, the one thing I would say about the shaft in the Good is it does feel a little bit naff, like it is just painted, and it's a stepped shaft. I don't know why this price bracket you wouldn't go stepless shaft like you do in the Scotty Cameron as opposed to a stepped shaft like you would have in an iron. That just looks a little bit messy to me. That, like, I love putters and I love looking at the ins and outs of them, and certainly a stepless shaft for me would be the way to go. I'm not going to go into everything I would change about this putter because I did that in my review of it, but like, that felt so, and again, this isn't a video saying the Scotty Cameron feels rubbish, because it's not, but the fact that this is up there with it, and the fact that I've been, I don't know, I'm not going to say head turned to have it in the bag, but it is certainly helping me not three putt as much, maybe hold the occasional birdie putt, and just lower my putting stats, I suppose, is the easy way to say this. I suppose one factor you could say is, James, it's a honeymoon period, you're comfortable with it and you feel confident. And yeah, I totally agree with that. It could well be that, and once it goes cold, how cold does it go? But I really feel like I'm stroking it as good as anything. And you'll see they don't all go in. I don't expect them all to go in from this distance, but I prefer it so much more than the Good mallet as well. You can really see why these sell out so much quicker than the mallet did, just because the mallet, I almost felt like pushed it right on you, whereas the blade sits really square and almost wants you to have a better stroke. You've left that in the jaws, and that's in the way. We need this to half against a great Scotty Cameron, and that was definitely going to go, wasn't it? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do smash that subscribe button. Like I said, this is in the bag for now, but it will be going to one of you guys probably October. I'm going to give it the end of the season, then I'll package it up and get it to you. If you enjoyed it, smash that subscribe button, throw a like on this video, comment below. Good. Apart from that, I'll see you all exactly the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.